Game number 3 of the 2022 season, we take to the road the Matsu Miners and the Chugiak Chinhooks. Tonight, Trey Yannity joined along Howie Boxley. Howie, it's fun to now get on the road, but some unusual baseball leading up to this point in the season.
Yeah, Trey, crazy game last night. The Bucks got off to a 4-0 lead. The Miners were able to battle back, tie it at 4. They went down again 5-4 and were able to tie it. They were deadlocked there heading into the 9th inning. Cole Townsend did a great job for Matsu to get them into the bottom of the 9th. Runner on third, nobody out, could not get him home for the walk-off win. And then the game was called in a sun delay, a sun suspension. That game will be picked up on the 20th of June, but right now it's the Miners and the Chinhooks' first game on the road.
It is the first game on the road. We're going to have that for you next. Hopefully a 9-inning game tonight. We're going to return after the break, guys. Stay tuned. We'll have keys to the game, lineups, all that great stuff, and more. The Chinhooks and the Matsu Miners coming up next. This is Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you on YouTube. The Miners on the road for the first time this evening here in Chugiak as they take on the Chinhooks. Trey Yannity joined by Howie Boxley for another night of Alaskan baseball here. Howie, we get into the season. We mentioned it in the open there, but this season off to a bit of a different kind of start. A rain out in game number 1 only goes 6 innings. And then last night, we get to the 9th inning, runners on 2nd and 3rd. The Miners a chance to walk it off for the win. Unable to do so, as that game was called due to sunlight.
Yeah, Trey, the question is, are we going to be able to get in a complete 9 innings and finish a game? Of course, the first game of the season is official. The Miners are 1-0 on the year. But are they going to be able to get through 9 innings and have a complete game?
You know, that is the golden question here is we play in this beautiful Lee Jordan field tonight. We have a nice hill out in left field and a mountain range to the right. You cannot miss the views here in Alaska. And as we get into the game tonight, guys, got to thank Napo Auto Parts as our official broadcast sponsor. Going to be providing our broadcast throughout this season. And as we get started tonight, why don't we get into the keys to the game, see what the Miners need to do to pick up a big victory here tonight.
Absolutely, Trey. I think it's going to be really important for the Miners here at Lee Jordan Field to limit the free bases, especially in summer baseball early on in the season. A lot of wild pitches, a lot of errors on defense. Got to keep those down. The Miners were able to score 3 unearned runs last night and just have a complete 9. We mentioned we want to get through 9 innings, and of course the Miners want to get the victory.
They certainly do. Excellent keys to the game there, Howie. As the Miners tonight wearing their green uniforms for the first time this season, the road gray pants out for the first time as well. The Chinhooks wearing their home reds, white pants, red cap with a blue, navy blue back to it. Very nice uniform matchup tonight. Almost reminds you of Christmas a little bit. We still have some snow on the mountains here in Alaska as well. Excited for baseball. If you're joining us on the East Coast, thank you very much. We know it's getting late out there. If you're joining us in Alaska, we thank you as well wherever you're joining us. Thank you for being here tonight. Be sure to get in the comments section and let us know where you're joining from. Give a shout out to your favorite player and all that great stuff, guys. Hit the like button for us as well. Why don't we go ahead and get into the lineups here tonight, starting for the visiting Matsu Miners. Howie, take it away.
Yeah, Trey, it is a similar-looking lineup for Tyler LeBrun and company as Casey Sunseri leads things off. He's off to a hot start in the Alaska Baseball League, 4 for 8. Nick Sorelli in the cleanup hole again. He had a double off the wall and reach base 4 times in yesterday's game, so a very similar starting 9 for the Matsu Miners.
Seen almost the exact same lineup in these first 3 games. Talked about it last night. The outfield. From left to right, not in that order necessarily, but they do all bat at the top of the lineup. And that's where we're going to get started tonight. Casey Sunseri will step in. A hot game number 1. Some struggles last night, but looking to bounce back here as he will face Brendan Argomenes, the starting pitcher tonight for Chugiak. Right-hander, set for the first pitch is our official start time. 7:03 p.m. As we are underway, a foul ball off to the right side to get us started. Sincerely, a crisp, smooth swing. How we talked about it throughout the broadcast last evening. As he, obviously pretty aggressive there, jumps on the first pitch and fouls it off. The second now from the windup. Swung on, hit out to short. This one's fielded by Alex Beeman. Soft throw across the infield, low, but scooped up off the ground by Ryan Matheson. That's the first out here in the top of the first inning, and that will bring up Carter Young.
Brendan Argomena on the hill for the Chinhooks, pride of the University of Richmond. He's made stops in the West Coast League, and this is his second season with the Chugiak Chinhooks. He was in the Alaska Baseball League in 2021, sported a 4.0 earned run average.
And the first pitch to Young. Thought about it. He's going to lay off, but it is a called strike now, 0-1. To get Young started, Howie, I know he was your player of the game in night number 1. Had a solid effort last night as well as he's set to face the 0-1. The pitch is fouled into the screen. It'll be 0-2 as you see. Quick work here to get this ball game started.
Yeah, the top of the lineup has been very dynamic for Matsu through one game and another one that has been suspended.
Argomena delivers another fastball. That one misses high and away. It'll be 1-2 now, the count.
Young and Sinceri have reached base a number of times in the first 2 contests, and they've stolen bases too. 3 stolen bases for them combined last night.
Taking his time now, the 1-2. He's going to foul that one off to the left side. It'll be a souvenir, as you might not be able to see it on your screen, but we have some fans sitting in what we'll call the outfield seats tonight, a little hill out there, creating a perch. Some Chinhooks fans certainly taking advantage. Now, the 1-2 here again. Swung on, softly lined to left field. It is shallow, and a diving catch is made by Alexander Sanier. What a way to get this game started. Full extension, diving forward. He will make the catch for out number 2, retiring Carter Young. And some unfortunate luck here for Young to get it started.
Yeah, an excellent play by Saunier that time in left field, came streaking in and dove full out extension by the Chinhooks left fielder to retire Young.
A ground out, and now a fly out via the dive. It'll bring up Alex Vergara. First pitch swung on, rope to the left side. It is a foul ball, and it'll be 0-1.
And for those of you at home, to get a perspective of Trey and I's position as we broadcast live on YouTube, where you can find all of the Matsu Miners games, we are about eye level with the hitters. Very interesting perspective here at Lee Jordan Field.
This one swung on. Similar swing. Also a foul ball to the left side. 0-2 now the count. You're right, Howie, almost looking directly at Argomena. We were told before the game by the man on deck, Nick Sorelli, that the batters could even hear us in this ballpark. We'll put that to the test when he comes to bat, hopefully here in the first. The 0-2, check swing. Did he go? He did. And that will end the top of the first inning. 3 up, 3 down. A diving catch by Alexander Saunier fuels the Chinhooks here in the top of the first. We go to the bottom half of your score, 0-0. This is Miners Baseball on YouTube. You're watching Miners Baseball on YouTube. Time now for the bottom half of the first inning. The Chinhooks coming to bat for the first time tonight. And for the first time this season, we get the chance to see the starter, Evan Wolf, one of the few returnees on this Matsu Miners team.
Yeah, it's a battle of the returners as you have Argo Menez on the other side for the Chinhooks in his second year with Chugiak and Wolf as well for the Miners.
First pitch, swung on, fouled off to the right side. Justin Gretsch will step in.
Evan Wolf had great numbers last year for Matsu as a right-hander. Climbs back up on the hill, 3.38 ERA over 17 appearances.
As this one's going to be delivered right over. It is called strike number 2. Now 0-2 the count quickly here on Justin Gretsch.
8 walks, 16 strikeouts as well for Wolf, who works quickly.
Gretsch out of Lafayette College, originally from Southlake, Texas, set to face the 0-2. Fastball that time is going to miss high. Looked like had a little movement, maybe a two-seam there. You know, this angle so much closer to the action, as we mentioned in the top half. We can almost see from the umpire's perspective.
Yeah, this is a great view here.
1-2, tries the off-speed, misses inside. It'll be 2-2. That might be dangerous. We will not give our take on what the call should have been with this immaculate view. We'll leave that to the umpires, but quite the situation. 2-2, swung on and tapped foul behind home plate. It'll remain at 2-2.
Looked like that wicked slider that time by Wolf. He sports a good one. Fastball, of course, as well. That appears to have some early game life on it.
From the windup, shakes off the call, now set to go. The pitch, swing and a miss as a strikeout to get us started. Let's take a look at the visiting lineup brought to you by Alaska Airlines.
Yeah, Trey, here's the lineup for the Chugiak Chinhooks. You see Gretsch, Kelly, and Matheson at the top. Lawrence, Ryan, and Young in the middle. Beeman, McCormick, and Saunier, who had a great diving catch in left field in the top of the first inning, rounds out the order for Chugiak.
Well done there, Howie, as we now get to see Will Kelly step in. 2 outfielders at the top of the lineup here for Chugiak as well. First pitch is a fastball. It misses high and away. Wolf from the windup. The pitch, swung on, hit right back up the middle, past him, and into center field for a base hit. That would get Chugiak started for the night. There'll be a runner on first base with 1 out. Little hop skip there from the pitcher Wolf to get out of the way. Thought for a second he might be able to reach over and grab the baseball, but instead, a 1-out base runner for the Chinhooks.
Something else that's very important to mention here for those of you watching at home, the home park of the Matsu Miners, Herman Brothers Field, all natural. Here at Lee Jordan, it is a turf infield and a grass outfield, so balls are going to be much hotter up on the ground here at Lee Jordan Field.
Wolf, the righty, looks back the runner now. The first pitch on the way to Ryan Matheson. Skies this one to right field, high and deep in the air. This one's got some carry to the track. The catch is made there by Alex Vergara, and the runner will have to retreat. That ball had some giddy up in it.
Yeah, that ball jumped off the bat of Ryan Matheson and Chase Vergara all the way back towards the wall, but he was able to make the play.
At the plate for the Chinhooks, number 25, John Lawrence.
Does the turf help fly balls as well, Howie? That one just kept going there.
Yeah, of course not. In all seriousness, though, I think that the ball is going to have a lot more life than maybe we've seen in the first 2 games. Yesterday, dreary day, mid-50s, and the sun has been out all day today. And the ball might jump here at Lee Jordan.
Runner on first base, 2 outs now. This pitch is swung on and driven well. And deep to left field, towards the line, towards the pole. It is a fair ball and a home run. Wow. That ball skied in the air right down the line, and it just kept going. Hooks inside the pole. 2-0, Chinhooks.
Yeah, right on cue, Trey. The ball jumps off the bat of Jack Lawrence over the left field wall just inside the pole. And Chugiak takes an early lead.
Lawrence, effective? Tough to say, but a home run nonetheless, and a 2-0 lead for Chugiak.
Yeah, we only have one look at it, but that thing was awfully close to yellow pole. Brad Polk turned his right hand inward, signaling a fair ball.
As the lineup will now turn to Maddox Ryan. He takes a called strike to start it out. A fastball on the outside corner of the plate. 325 down either line, 400 to center field. This one's swung on and missed. Quickly 0-2 here. Now with 2 outs and nobody on. Fouled into the net. It'll remain 0-2. Where do these mountains rank for you, Howie? We talked about the mountains that surround Herman Brothers Field, but a whole new set of them here is the 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, and he lost the bat into the fence. That is a strikeout. That will end the inning, but not after. The Chugiak Chinhooks take a 2-0 lead on a foul pole home run by Jack Lawrence. We're going to take a break. When we turn, it will be time for the top of the second inning. This is Matsu Miners Baseball, brought to you by Alaska Airlines. Stay tuned. Top of the second inning now, 2-0. The Chugiak Chinhooks lead the Matsu Miners. Some first inning offense. Off the bat of Jack Lawrence, a 2-run home run. Gave Chugiak the lead, and now Nick Sorelli will step in for the Miners. Trying to cut it down here in the top of the second. The Miners in the first went 3 up, 3 down. A diving play by the left fielder, Alexander Saunier, is what was truly the crux of the Miners in that first inning. Sorelli going to try to get it started here. He takes the ball in the dirt that time. Fastball misses low. Walking in, he could hear us from where we were, so we're putting it to the test now. I don't know if he's going to acknowledge it at all, but trying to get it started here. The 1-1. Swung on and roped down the right field line. It's going to be a foul ball, and it'll make it 1-2.
Yeah, the ball is jumping off the bats at the moment as the Alaska sun is out in full force and covering the outfield grass right now. Lighting up some spotty snow still on the mountains.
The 1-2, it's going to miss away. It'll be 2-2 now. Good eye there by Sorelli. And Howie, that's something we've noticed he does quite often. One of the best eyes on the team. Walks at a higher rate than anybody, or at least did last season.
And certainly didn't appear to swing anything out of the zone last night when he took 3 base odd balls.
The 2-2 is going to miss low. It'll run it full now. 3-2 on Sorelli. Argo Minez with a clean first inning, trying to get it started the right way here in the second. Member of the University of Richmond Spiders. His 3-2 is popped up. It's going to drift into center field. A run for Justin Gretsch. He's going to give way to the left fielder, Alexander Saunier, who will put it away for out number 1. The Spiders
at the plate for the Miners.
giving him a chance this past year as he was 6-0 during the season, a 3.70 ERA, 17 appearances there. 48.2 innings pitched. Nate Rose steps in, is going to swing at the first pitch, chops it foul. It'll be 0-1.
236 batting average against this year at Richmond. Walked 21, struck out 30. Previously with Orange Coast College back in 2020.
This one swung on and popped up. Right side, it's going to be in foul territory. It will be a foul ball.
That one was over near Miners first base coach James Dillard. Shout out to everyone listening, supporting him, the rest of the Miners, and of course, Chugiak Chinhooks as well. Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube.
Shakes off the call now, set to deliver the 1-2. Blaze off in the dirt. That'll even it up at 2-2. Be sure to follow us on social media if you have not done so already. Got a few different names on Instagram. It is going to be at Matt Miners is the 2-2. Swing and a miss. It's a drop ball. Throw down to first in plenty of time. And the second out of the inning here. 5 up, 5 down for the starter, Argo Menes.
Yeah, it's a rip-roaring start
At the
for
plate
the
for the
Spider.
Miners, number 27, Steven Lancia.
Mentioned that he was with Chugiak last year. He's also spent some time in the West Coast League back in 2019 with the Bellingham Bells.
First pitch to Steven Lancia, the DH again tonight. Fastball misses low. Asked Coach last night what the strategy is going to be. As far as catching goes, saw Brandon Heidel in there last night. He is going to be behind the plate again this evening as the 1-0. That one skips in the dirt. It'll be 2-0. But he said he doesn't really have a concrete plan for what he wants to do with this catching unit.
Yeah, Heidel back in there for the second night in a row, catching Wolf, and that might be what it comes down to, Trey. Who are the pitchers comfortable with on the mound?
The 2-0. Swung on and roped into left center field. This one's going to get down. It should be extra bases. Now a nice round off by the center fielder, Justin Grutch. Will keep him at first, a 2-out single. And the first Miners hit of the game will go to Steven Lancia.
Now batting for the
Lancia
Miners,
got the
number
barrel
7,
to that
Brandon
ball.
Heidel.
Drove it into left center field. He has hit safely in the first 3 Miners games, and now a modest 3-game hit streak for Steven.
And now his counterpart, Brandon Heidel. Stepping in for his first at-bat of the night. We get the chance to see Argo Menes from the stretch. His first pitch, a fastball, a called strike.
Only 2 umpires today as opposed to 3 on the first 2 nights of Miners baseball. It's Brad Polk behind the plate. And our good friend Paul Craddock manning the field. He had the plate last night in the suspended game, 5-5 with the Bucks.
Taking his time now, Argo Menes. The 0-1 in the dirt. This one skips away from Young. It will allow Lancia to take second base. He's going to round it and stick it out there. Now runner in scoring position for the first time this evening for the Miners. And a chance for Heidel to cut this lead in half.
Yeah, Trey, the Miners have battled back in their first 2 games. They were behind 2-0 on the Glacier Pilots on opening night. Were able to come back and win that game 3-2 that was shortened. Last night they were behind 4-0. We're able to tie it. We're down 5-4. We're able to tie it. Of course, the game stands at 5-5.
Argo Menes is going to step off, take his time, reset with his battery mate, Austin Young. Heidel drove in a run last night. Looking to do so here again in the second. The 1-1 swung on. A souvenir for Howie. That one right into the cage.
Yeah, good thing we have a cage. Otherwise, my right eyeball would have been taken out by that foul ball by Brandon Heidel.
Not even a reaction. I mean, it was a Kobe Bryant flinch.
Yeah, I
type
certainly
reaction.
blinked, but tried to stay steady.
Well, you handled yourself well. It is a strike. It is 1-2 now on Heidel. Runner on second base here, 2 outs in the top of the second inning. From the stretch is Argo Menes the pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, and that will do it for the Miners here in the second inning. We go to the bottom half. Your score 2-0 in favor of the Chugiak Chinhooks. Don't go anywhere. This is Matsu Miners Baseball, brought to you by Alaska Airlines. You are watching us on YouTube. We'll be back soon.
50 square miles with approximately here's the final of the second inning coming to the plate.
This is Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube. We thank you for joining us now for the bottom half of the second inning. It is the Chinhooks 2 and the Miners nothing. A first inning home run gave Chugiak the lead off the bat of Jack Lawrence. And now we get the chance to see the catcher Austin Young step in for his first at bat. Evan Wolf from the windup, high heat, and is swinging strike one.
Austin Young, not spelled the traditional way. O-N instead of I-N for Young.
Faces the 0-1, takes it. That's a called strike. Really nice stuff that we've seen from Evan Wolf to this point. The one home run ball really hit right down the line. And outside of that, really liked what we've seen. The 0-2. Just kind of taps it up the middle. It'll be fielded by the shortstop, Josh Pano. Throw on to first in time. And that is out number one. That one kind of had a weird roll on it. Probably chopped down about 3 feet out front of home plate, rolled off the side of the mound. And like you said, Howie, with this turf infield, got some speed past the pitcher. Pano reacts and makes the play.
Yeah, that ball on Herman Brothers grass probably would have died right in front of Wolf, who would have picked it up and tossed it over. On the turf infield, it was able to scoot out to Pano, who made a nice play for out number one.
Alex Beeman now will step in. The first pitch is going to miss just a bit outside. Ball number one. Beeman, the shortstop tonight. From the windup, it's Wolf. He's going to take another ball. This one inside. Tried the fastball that time.
Hometown of Franklin, Tennessee for Beeman. University of Tennessee, Martin, where he hit .255 this year.
2-0. Taken up and in, it'll be 3-0. UT Martin really built the program down there. They got our Crimson Tide last year, Howie. 3-0. Ball four, 4-pitch walk here with one out and nobody on.
And how frustrating does that have to be if you're on the mound? And for Dillard, the pitching coach, Wolf is rolling right along, strike after strike, seems to have all the command in the world, and then 4 straight, nowhere near, and he loses Beeman for a 1-out walk.
Kind of unusual there. We saw so much control in that first at bat of the inning. Those pitches not missing by much, but it is a 4-pitch walk, and it is Patty McCormick. But first to pick off, runner back in time. I think we need to probably nominate the batter, McCormick, for the all-name team of the league, if nothing else. From the stretch now, Wolf, the first pitch. Fouls it out of play. It'll be 0-1.
And a foul ball sponsored by Bright's Care.
McCormick, no
Bright's
stranger
Dog Care
to
for all your home
Alaska
care needs.
Baseball League play. This is his 3rd year with the Chinhooks. Was here in 2019 and 2021. Of course, the 2020 season canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Another pickoff attempt. Runner slides in safely. The pandemic, of course, affecting so many things, but when we talk about this league specifically, the fields, I think, maybe got it the worst. The 0-1 is going to miss away. A nice block up that time by Heidel. Thinks about the back pick. Is going to hold on to the baseball, and it'll be 1-1.
Yeah, we had that conversation with someone the other day locally here in Alaska, just talking about how the field sat dormant for an entire year, and the staffs of each team had to work so hard to get them ready for play last year.
Fastball is going to miss high, 2-1.
Of course, a little bit less work with the turf infield, right?
Yeah, certainly here in Chugiak.
Same thing at Mulcahy Field, where the Bucks and Glacier Pilots play their home games and road games, for that matter, against each other.
2-1, swung on and driven down the line in left field. This one will be a foul ball. Similar to that
And
home
a
run,
foul
but
ball sponsored by
about
Chef's
10
Mexican
feet further down the
Restaurant
line.
for Fine cuisine.
And that'll make it 2-2.
Yeah, Polk didn't even think about throwing his right finger back into play on that ball, as it was well foul.
From the stretch, Evan Wolf picks off again. A nice move that time, but the runner back.
Yeah, we've seen a couple Miners pitchers with some good pick-off moves. Hatakanaka, big left-hander, had a pretty good move last night.
Picks off again, and another nice move. The runner is again back. Patty McCormick out of Northern Illinois University, a Husky, originally from Hampshire, Illinois. 225 this past year. 8 runs batted in. Hits this one to Pano at short. Flips on to second. The throw on to first, and that is a double play. Evan Wolf allows a 4-pitch walk, but is flawless outside of that and escapes here in the top of the second inning. Your score 2-0. The Chugiak Chinhooks lead the Matsu Miners. This is Miners Baseball, presented by YouTube.
Certified to instruct CPR emergency.
Tailgating for baseball games is a whole bunch of fun, but tailgating, speeding, and darting in between lanes is not. That will get you noticed and ticketed by police. Drive sober, slow down. We want you to stop speeding before it stops you. This message brought to you by the Alaska Highway Safety Office, and we appreciate that PSA and their support of Matsu Miners Baseball. Top of the third, the Miners trail 2-0. The Chugiak Chinhooks hosting the Miners on their opening day, the Miners' first road game of the
Now
season.
batting for the Miners, number 12, Josh Pano.
Pano steps in as he was just the first leg of that double play, the first pitch in the dirt. It'll be 1-0.
Pano Eno 2 for his first 7 at the plate in a Miners uniform.
From the windup, Argominez. He's going to miss slow again. Now 2-0. Argominez, a spider, and I believe you said a bell in his past, Howie. Probably had the coolest nicknames of anybody on his team. From the windup, the 2-0. Swung on and roped to the left side. Fielded cleanly by the third baseman, Lawrence. Low throw on to first, but a scoop by Ryan Matheson. And the first out of the inning, 5-3.
Miners struggled last year, Trey, against the Chinhooks, especially here at Lee Johnson. 0-5 here and 3-7 overall, but of course that was not the case on the regular
At the
season.
plate for the Miners, number 11, Jacob Steele.
Jacob Steele, the 9-hole hitter now, will see a fastball. He will see it low. Want to know the count? Argominez's second pitch. A skipper. Fielded nicely by Austin Young. It'll be 2-0 now as that one misses low. Jacob Steele out of the University of Central Missouri, originally from St. Peter's MO. Facing the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Took a low changeup that time. The Mules of Central Missouri. Hey, they might be in the contest as well. From the windup, the 2-1. Thought about it. He's going to lay off, and that's the right decision. The fastball misses high. It'll be 3-1, rather. That's ball number 4 in the dirt, and that is a walk. The first issued by Brendan Argominez, the second base runner. Here for the Miners tonight, and they get it with 1 out and the top of the lineup as we see Casey.
And now the Chinhooks, as finally there's some other action across the league. Bucks and Glacier Pilots at Mulcahy Field tonight.
Pickoff attempt. Throw is not in time. Hey, I'll take it, Howie. I love opening day. I love the pageantry, the feeling in the air.
Yeah, the Chinhooks fans are out in full force and sporting their red and blue. Support their local team just down the road in Eagle River off the Glen Highway, about 25 minutes away from Herman Brothers.
From the stretch, the pitch. It's going to be a called strike. Fastball right down the middle, and it'll be 0-1.
And a drive that you don't want to be on your phone too much for, Trey, as you wind through the mountains and across the Chinhook River. Just a gorgeous drive.
Cannot beat it. The 0-1, swing and a miss. A nice curveball there. Blocked up nicely as well by Young. Keeping that runner at first base. It'll be 0-2 here on the leadoff hitter. Certainly some snow meltage at this point when we got here. Mountains pretty much snow wrapped, some of them at least, and now most of it gone. The 0-2. Just got a piece of it, reaches out on the curveball, pokes it foul, and that'll remain 0-2 here on Sinceri.
Pioneer Peak got some extra snow yesterday. It was a cool, damp, dreary day down in the valley, about 55 degrees, but up 6,500 feet. It was just cool enough for some snow to fall at the highest elevations, which was pretty neat.
The 0-2 here again. Runner goes. This one's popped up. Left side. It's going to be in foul territory. The third baseman, Lawrence, calls for it. He is going to make the catch. The runner does have to retreat to first. And now 2 away with 1 on for Carter Young.
Yeah, you could hear the entire first base dugout, which is where the Miners are stationed, yelling, "Back, back, back," after Sinceri popped that one up, but it had plenty of hang time for Steele to retreat to the first base bag.
Batting for the Miners, number 20, Carter Young.
Young, the benefactor of some unfortunate luck in the first inning. Hit a line drive out to left field. A diving catch by Alexander Saunier. Made it the second out. He now bats with 2 outs and a runner on. Going to take a called strike there. Fastball. Up half of the zone. Top half of the zone, maybe. Nonetheless, a strike. Runner goes again here. Throw down is going to be a one-hopper, two-hopper, and it is going to be in time. A poor slide on the turf will mean the third out for the Miners here in the top of the third inning. One runner stranded. He was thrown out. Your score 2-0 Chinhooks as we head to the bottom of the third. This is Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by YouTube. Time now for the bottom of the third inning, 2-0. The Chugiak Chinhooks lead the Matsu Miners in game number 3 of the 2022 Alaska Baseball League season. Trey Yanity and Howie Boxley taking you through it tonight. We will be making our routine switchover after this half inning. But before we do that, we will get the chance to see Alexander Saunier, the 9-hole hitter, step in for the first time tonight. Saunier with the diving catch in the first inning. Evan Wolf continues on the mound. He will deliver a fastball that misses high and away.
Saunier attends Louisiana State University, LSU units, where he hit .329 this year.
He is going to take a called strike. That will even the count at 1-1. That one just catched in the inner half of the plate.
And he's certainly the hitter that the Chinhooks want to lead off an inning. And somebody the Miners want to keep off the base pass. 13 for 15 in stolen bases this year at LSU units.
1-1. Swung on and roped to the right side. That one a sliding stop by Nathan Rose. Throw on to first. A web gem for the second baseman and the first out of the inning.
Yeah, excellent play by Nathan Rose there, ranging to his left, sliding, and gloved it and flipped it to Sorelli to Rob Saunier. A little taste of his own medicine for Alexander.
This game giveth and taketh away. Saunier on either side of it so far tonight.
They all even out in the end, right?
From the windup now, Wolf with one out and nobody on. Skips that one in the dirt. A nice snag by Heidel. As the lineup resets, Justin Gretsch in for his second at bat. Struck out in the first.
Action down the left field line in the exposed bullpen for the Chinhooks already.
That one's going to be a...
Saw something different from the Bucks last night in that suspended game. They had Ryan Delgado and Jackson Jelkin both pitch 4 innings.
This one's popped up. It's going to drift into center field, relatively deep, as it is going to be Carter Young back on it. About 5 steps in front of the warning track. He makes the catch for out number 2. I got to get my depth perception on tonight, Howie. These pop-ups fly balls appearing a bit different from this viewpoint.
Yeah, it's certainly a little bit easier to judge balls and strikes from our low angle, but on balls like that, it's hard to tell if they got under him, if they hit him well. Even on the home run early on in the game, wasn't quite sure if he got enough of it.
As it'll be the 2-hole hitter, Will Kelly stepping in. He had a hit to get things started in the first inning for the Chinhooks. He takes a strike from Wolf, and he's going to ditch the shin guard as well. The 0-1. Swung on, grounded to the right side. It is going to be a foul ball, and now quickly 0-2.
Trey, I'm a little bit surprised the next pitch didn't get thrown right at his shins. Of course, not intentionally, but just seemed like something that would have happened, right?
That's definitely fortuitous. So many oddities in this game as the 0-2 is swung on and popped up. Left center field. Long run now by the center fielder Young as the catch will be made there. A little bit of drama as we close out this third inning. But the Miners keep the Chinhooks off the board. Evan Wolf, after the first inning home run, bounced back and has dominated these last 2 innings. Don't go anywhere. This is Matsu Miners Baseball, brought to you by YouTube.
Watkins will take over, the 6 foot, 180-pound lefty out of Samford University. Missed just below Young's knees.
Watkins making his way up in this Samford program during his regular college ERA.
Very good numbers for Watson. Watkins, 1-0. Upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes on Young. Watkins originally from called strike over the outside corner. Young was, of course, the batter when Jacob Steele was caught stealing to end last inning, so he gets a fresh count. And now a 2-1 count for Young, the pitch. He swears to bunt and tries to lay one down the third base line, but it's a foul ball. Not a bad idea by Young with Jack Lawrence playing well behind the third base bag. If he could have laid that one down, it would have been a surefire hit. Watkins with an interesting setup as he holds the glove cockeyed over his right shoulder, then comes set in a normal position, brings the 2-2. Curveball, had Young spinning around and just missed. Full count now. I mean, just a very interesting set right there, Trey, by Tim Watkins.
Yeah, it kind of reminds you of some big leaguers. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but
3-2. Curveball, and this time Carter Young gets hit, so he wins the award for the first minor to get hit by a pitch this year. Probably not the prize you want.
yeah, well, you get the base at least, and we'll give the Miners a chance to try to get back in this game. Only down 2 runs here, but that's funny how we were talking about it before the game. Nobody hit yet, and now I think the broadcaster's jinx coming back again, as that is a hit batsman, but a base runner.
Yeah, it was on the curveball, so hopefully didn't hurt Young too bad as Troy Hervey just hopped out of the third base dugout with a very early mound visit, as Watkins has just faced one batter. Didn't look terrible, but had trouble snapping off that curveball there and hit Young. Don't know the last time I've seen that, one batter in a mound visit. As Alex Vergara steps in, Young on first, nobody out, 2-0 Chinhooks. The pitch, downstairs.
Almost makes you think that there was some kind of miscommunication with the signs, or they didn't have the right repertoire going. I don't know. Very odd there.
Maybe so, as some more fans have gathered out on the left field hillside. About 10 of them now in the cheap seats with a gorgeous view. 1-0 pitch to Vergara. Called strike right there by Brad Polk, who raises his right finger and throws it towards the first base side.
Cheap is subjective, Howie. I think those maybe some of the best seats in the house.
They certainly aren't bad. I don't think any seat is bad in the state of Alaska.
No kidding.
1-1 pitch from Watkins. Swing and a miss. Pitch gets away, and Young read that thing well. Throw down to second is going to be way late. Bit of a token throw by Austin Young, as he had no chance to get Carter Young after that ball skipped away.
Irene Lancia getting in the comments section tonight, giving a shout out to Steven. Very proud of him. They're watching from San Diego tonight. Thank you for the shout out.
Yeah, they should be. Lancia off to a rip-roaring start. 3 for his first 8. Hit safely in all 3 contests.
You love what you get from Lancia overall. Just a freshman this past year. So much size, a lot of power there.
Big smile, too. Friendly player. Always fun to catch up with him and the rest of the Miners crew as well. Runner in scoring position now for Vergara. Trying to score the Miners' first run on the road, 2-1. Darts outside. Watkins tried that breaker again to no success.
Vergara, not the best night last night. A strikeout again to start it out here in this ball game, but just takes one to get you back on track. So early in this season, I think we get around the 2-3 mark, we really start to get a feel of playing styles and what we expect to see.
Yeah, Vergara 5 strikeouts in his last 6 times up. Try to put a ball in play here, and at the very least, 3-1. Swing and a miss. That's actually going to be strike 3 on Alex Vergara. Apologize. So it's now 6 strikeouts and 7 at-bats for Vergara, and out number 1 here in the 4th.
Just kind of burned him. He was almost committed to a different pitch there. Sees the off-speed, and another strikeout.
Nick Sorelli still searching for his
pitches tonight from all 3 pitchers that have been in this game. Got to take advantage of our angle here. We get to see all the spins and the movement. Spin rate, one of the few stats not registered by
0-1. Curveball again, same pitch, same result. Yeah, that thing has a pretty good spin rate, Trey, even if it's not being calculated at the moment. Tons of kids out on the playground in right center, families. Just a great day to be at Lee Jordan Field for Alaska Baseball League baseball. As Sorelli chokes up a bit and awaits the 0-2. Downstairs. Sorelli was able to spin on that curveball.
Yeah, he's got a great eye for, I think, every pitch, but especially those curveballs away, really every ball away. He just has an eye for it.
Certainly does. 37 walks last year for him. Led the team by 15. 1-2 pitch. And instead, Watkins steps off. Walks about 2 paces off the mound, out towards Carter Young, trying to stare straight at him. Now turns towards Sorelli and fires. And that one skips up there. Good block by Austin Young.
This is just an observation. I'm not sure if there's any science behind this, but, you know, it almost seems like Sorelli is able to see the ball better with an early leg kick. Really waits back on that left leg and just gives the ball time to get there.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Slows him down and prevents him from wailing away. 2-2. Outside. Good take again by Sorelli, who's battled back from 0-2. It's full now. as he tries to keep the line moving. Nathan Rose on deck.
This game, a bit different than what we've seen so far, Howie. Great defense, not as much offense, and a bit quicker.
Don't say anything too soon, Trey. It's baseball.
Well, more
3-2
baseball.
pitch. Downstairs. Wow, great at bat by Nick Sorelli. Back-to-back beautiful curveballs by Tim Watkins to start him that were right there, and then he coaxes a one-out walk.
This guy is a walk machine. I mean, 4 walks in the last 2 nights after what he did last season. Wow.
Yeah, Trey, I was going to say, I think he's in line to lead the Miners in walks again. He has 5 of them now. And just a quick look up and down the lineup card, nobody else more than 1, which is incredible. Rose the batter, 2 on, 1 out. Pitch. Fastball strike.
Another thing I love about that, it's not just that he's drawing walks now. When somebody is drawing walks at that rate or being that patient, it just kind of shows what they're like in big moments. That's the guy you want to turn to in big situations.
Certainly. A 1 pitch from Watkins. Curveball hit on the ground, out to second. That's going to be fielded and thought about throwing to the second base bag. The return to first is going to be in time. Wow. Indecisiveness by Patty McCormick that time. Decided not to glove flip to Beeman and then threw across to Matheson. There's only 2 umpires tonight, so Paul Craddock was all the way across at the second base bag, and he signaled out on Nathan Rose, so 2 down.
Hoping our main man, Paul Craddock, is feeling a little bit better tonight. Took several balls.
Yeah, he was a ball magnet last night.
Matheson.
Bottom of the 4th here at Lee Jordan Field. Chinhooks 2, Miners nothing. Evan Wolf back out to face the heart of the Chugiak order. It's Matheson, Lawrence, and Maddox Ryan. Right-hander readies and delivers. Swing and a chopper foul.
We talked about length last night for the Bucks. How about the length we're getting out of Evan Wolf tonight?
Yeah, he's pitched the longest of any starter. Of course, that's only a sample size of 3. But still, he's been efficient, economical, and even on a short leash pitch count, he's done well. 0-1. Big swing and a miss. Matheson was probably 2 seconds behind that heater. Lined out to deep right his first time up. Vergara was able to track it down near the wall. Wolf shakes once, twice, 3 times. Now nods yes. 0-2. Missed high. Pretty good setup pitch right there.
Yeah, he's really got some velocity on that fastball tonight. And the curveball, not quite as accurate.
See if he snaps off that wicked slider right here. 1-2.
Oh, wow.
That thing sort of backed up, one of those backup sliders. And Heidel and Wolf as well thought that caught the inside corner.
Brandon Heidel's from Anaheim, California, not too far away from Hollywood. I think he was trying to act that one into existence.
2-2 the count now on Matheson, the pitch. Swung on and grounded right back up the middle. Diving try by Josh Pano, but he can't get it. It's under his glove and into center field for a leadoff single.
Yeah, nice effort there by Pano. Would have been an amazing play, and one that probably wouldn't have been able to be made even if he had secured the baseball on the dive. Quick runner down the line, but a valiant effort by the shortstop Pano.
Jack Lawrence, the batter now. He is the nemesis for the Miners thus far. 2-run homer for Jack back in the first inning that plated Kelly in the only 2 runs of the game. First pitch to him. Called strike over the outside corner. Isn't it fun to just watch the crowd hike up the hillside in center and left center?
Yeah, see some.
Name another park you can climb a mini mountain beyond the fence. 0-1.
You can climb a big one over at Herman Brothers, but this mountain hill, I don't know what we want to call it, truly right behind left field.
I really think it is a mountain. I think we're just being deceived by all the taller mountains in and around the Palmer area. Anywhere else, it's a pretty high peak, Trey. There's still snow on it as well. 1-1 pitch.
How you're a man of science. What qualifies a mountain from a hill?
I don't know if I would qualify myself as a man of science first off, but I don't know. I think you just feel it out, you know, making mountains out of molehills. I don't know. I mean, looks pretty mountainous to me. I think I'd be huffing and puffing by the time I got to the top. Maybe that's how you do it. 2-1. Big swing and a miss way late on that fastball.
I might be huffing and puffing on the hills too, though. So I don't know if that's our metric. No, I like it. This, we'll call a mountain. Really, everywhere you look here in Alaska, you see some form of mountain or beautiful scene of nature.
2-2 pitch on the way to Jack Lawrence. Popped up, back behind us, out of play. Of course, we want to thank our friends at Napa and Alaska Airlines for presenting this broadcast on YouTube. Howie Boxley alongside Trey Yanity. First time on the road. We're having fun. We hope you are too.
Yeah, beautiful ballpark here we've gotten to travel to for the first road game. Fans out in full force here on Chinhooks opening day.
2-2. Swing and a shot down the left field line again. This time it is a foul ball. Lawrence is going pole hunting down that left side.
Looks like we've got some foul ball sponsors here. Huh. I guess if you can throw a sponsor on it, why not?
Yeah, I mean, that's the motto these days. If it exists, it can be sponsored, it can be advertised.
Got this playground, 2 playgrounds out here in right center field as well.
2-2. Bounced up there, gets away from Heidel momentarily. No advance by Matheson. And now a full count on Jack Lawrence, who is being very stingy. Miners thus far. Bats have been held quiet. Only 1 hit through 4 innings. They've struck out 5 times. Wolf has pitched well for Matsu as well, though only allowed 3 hits. 3-2. Swung on and popped straight up on the infield. Looks like Jacob Steele has a beat on that as he stares up into the Alaskan sun and makes the catch for out number 1.
Great to see this Alaskan sun back out tonight. We had a couple days where I thought we might not see it again. It got chilly. It got wet. It is now sunny and dry. Back to normal.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried, Trey, as we had 8 straight days of perfect weather, and then all of a sudden the skies opened up. The rains came down, it got cloudy, and I thought, uh-oh, here we go. But it's back out today as Maddox Ryan bats with 1 out. And a man aboard, pitch, swing and a miss.
Yeah. Hindered some baseball.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the golf course, but
Miners still trying to get through a traditional game. Won their first game, shortened in 6 innings. Last night's game was suspended after the 9th due to darkness. 0-1 to Ryan is on the ground to Rose at second. He's going to flip to the second base bag for 1. On to first, a double play. 4-6-3 that time. That's 2 double plays turned by the interior infield for Matsu. We're through 4 complete at Lee Jordan Field. It's the Chinhooks 2 and the Miners nothing.
Tailgating, speeding, and darting between lanes, that'll get you noticed and ticketed by police. Drive sober, slow down. We want you to stop speeding before it stops you. This message brought to you by the Alaska Highway Safety Office, a sponsor of Chinook Baseball.
Back here in the top of the 5th inning in a 2-0 game. We got some news a night or two ago that Tyler Johnson will not be making his way to the last frontier. The Coastal Carolina product just went on an absolute tear, and we learned he is heading east, which is, of course, unfortunate for the Miners. But we wish the best for Johnson and as much success as he can have in the Cape Cod League. Got to catch up with head coach Tyler LeBrun. Here's what he had to say on missing out on Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson just broke the news that he's not going to be coming up. Of course, I'm sure you're happy for him going east, but a little bit disappointed that he's not coming up to the last frontier.
Yeah, Pete told me actually when the delay happened, he didn't want to tell me, I think, because we were really excited and had high hopes for him. And I wish the best to Tyler. I just found out that he's going to the Cape, and he asked for a release, and of course we're going to do everything we can to help him out. And we're excited. I think we were concerned that something might come up, or it would be a draft for the Cape, and I wish him the best. It hurts us in the lineup, obviously, because he's such a talented young man. But with what we lose, we'll gain with other guys, and I think it just gives our guys that we have here more chances to excel.
Yeah, so no Tyler Johnson, Trey, but he's off to the Cape, and of course we wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As we have a new pitcher into the game here for the Chinhooks, it is going to be Kalen Haynes, a man of many talents, Howie, not just a baseball player, but a pianist as well in his off time. He will face Brandon Heidel to get it started.
Bottom of the Miners order, that's right. Heidel, Pano, and Steele for Matsu. The first pitch is right there, called strike. Big left-handed hurler for the Chinhooks, 6'7", 240, originally from Trophy Club, Texas. And he attends Cameron University, currently in Lawton, Oklahoma. 12 appearances this year there. And the 0-1 pitch to Heidel. Called strike. Took something off of that one. 2 good pitches from Haynes. 6.43 ERA this year at Cameron University. 38 walks, 37 strikeouts.
Yeah, lengthy pitcher here. Coming from the stretch to start.
0-2. Swing and a miss. Heidel fanned at that one. He's down on 3 pitches.
As Hayne, an Aggie of Cameron University from Trophy Club, Texas, in the Dallas area. 2022, he had 12 appearances, a 6.43 ERA in 35 innings, 25 hits allowed 28 runs, batting average against just 164.
Better now is Josh Pano. He grounded out to third his first time up. Pitch. Down and away for ball 1. Haynes has also spent some time at Heston College in Kansas way back in 2019. He's a senior at Cameron University. He's logged some innings in the heart of the country. 1-0, bounces up there.
Yeah, really busy motion as big extension, big kick there.
Yeah, and I'm sure going to the stretch is probably to try to limit some of that and keep the command in check. 2-0 off the plate, outside, ball 3, right on cue, as he can't seem to throw a strike against the Miners shortstop.
I mean, look at the reach when he pulls it back. Really extends.
3-0 coming. Downstairs, ball 4, 4-pitch walk to Josh Pano. So Kalen Haynes giveth and he taketh away, as he got Heidel on 3 pitches, lost Pano on 4. And I mean, that's what you're going to get out of this guy. Is Trey and I ran down his numbers, but over 35 innings, 38 walks, 37 strikeouts. So about a little over 1 per inning. And he's met that benchmark already through the first 2 hitters here in the top of the 5th. As Jacob Steele digs in, he also reached via a base on balls back in the second inning. Was gunned down trying to steal the second base bag. First pitch to him. Outside, 5 straight misses by Haynes.
Like you said, Howie, I mean, it's give and take with Haynes. He's going to strike out his fair share, but obviously some control issues.
Big left-hander stares in, gets the sign he wants, adjusts the glove, and brings it. And that one is going to skip away. A very wild pitch by Haynes. No, actually clipped Jacob Steele on the way by. So must have hit him somewhere on the shoe tops and ricocheted back to the chain link fence.
Yeah, that one must have hit him right on the top of the shoe there. It was headed for the dirt. Instead, it catches a piece of Jacob Steele. Now the Miners in business here. Howie, 1 out, runner in scoring position, 2 on. Going to see the corners come in, at least the third baseman.
Yeah, the Miners have been great at coming back early on. They faced 3 deficits and been able to overcome all of them. Trying to overcome a 2-run deficit right now with Casey Sunseri in the top of the order. 2 on, 1 out in a 2-0 game. Pitch to Sunseri. Up and away. 7 straight misses by Kalen Haynes.
Sincere came up, similar situation in his last at bat, popped out to the third baseman.
Yeah, if he hits that same ball here, it's going to be an infield fly. 1-0 pitch from Haynes. Made him throw a strike, he did.
Already 2 double plays in this game, already 2 hit batsmen. Uncharacteristic from the small sample size we were used to.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about baseball. You never know what you're going to get from a pitching duel to a barn burner. 1-1. Downstairs. 9 pitches, 8 misses for Kalen Haynes against his last 3 batters. He got Heidel to strike out on 3 pitches. Thought it might be a quick inning, but it's turning into anything but that right now. But he's a pitch away from a ground ball and getting out of it. Sincere trying to avoid that. 2-1. Swing and a drive down the right field line. Well foul, out of play.
Took his head out a little there, but as we mentioned at the top of the show, Sincere was such a clean, pure swing. Hopefully he can straighten that out a little bit. Chokes up here with 2 strikes.
Yeah, the Miners are certainly a team that want to put the ball in play. They don't want to strike out. They want to do the fundamentals right, get guys over, and of course score them when they have opportunities. Unable to do that in the 9th inning last night. 2-2. Swung on and poked down the right field line. That is going to get down for a hit. Here comes Payno around third. He's going to score. Jacob Steele to third, and Casey Sunseri has cut the lead in half. It's now 2-1.
Yeah, that ball, really a half swing. Just kind of poked it out to right field. Didn't know if it was going to stay fair. It drops right in the line, about 5 feet inside of it. And a huge hit here with 1 out, putting another runner just 90 feet away in a 1-run game.
Yeah, just like we mentioned, Trey, he's going to shorten up. He's going to do the little things, put the ball in play. You can't get anywhere with a strikeout. And he served it down the right field line. A beautiful piece of hitting by the Miners left fielder to put him on the board. And now Carter Young will try to bring home Jacob Steele from third base and tie the game with only 1 out. Haynes brings it, squares around to bunt, and pulls the bat back and takes ball 1. Maybe a safety squeeze try there, suicide.
I like the idea, just create havoc. I think that's what we've seen with the bunt strategy so far. We've seen the cleanup hitter bunt the baseball.
Yeah, and that's
Unusual.
what you get when you put the ball in play is havoc. 1-0 instead of first. Sunseri back standing up.
Squared around again there. Don't know if we're going to maybe see a slash or something of that nature.
Yeah, that was certainly a smart job by Haynes. Got Young to tip his hand there with the throw to first. 1-0. Instead to first again. This time Young doesn't bite. Didn't show whether he was going to bunt or not. Miners really trying to make something happen here. Top of the 5th. Chinhooks 2. Matsu 1. Pitch. He squares to bunt and pulls it back, down and away.
Really committed to this bunt here.
And so much pressure, too, goes on Kalen Haynes. He has to come up and try to field this thing. And if Steele rushes home, you know, he might have to field that ball and flip it. So he's not thinking about throwing strikes, and thus far has not to Carter Young, who's ahead 2-0. Checking Sunseri at first. He brings it. Young swears around to bunt, pulls the bat back, and this time a called strike over the outside corner.
You know, the winds might tell you otherwise, but this could be all strategy. I mean, Carter Young may have no intention of bunting this baseball, knows he has a wild pitcher on the mound. Just going to try to make him locate, you know?
That's true. We'll see now with one strike if he changes up what he's trying to do. 2-1, squares around to bunt again, pulls it back. Ball gets away. Not far enough for Steele to come home from third, but it is far enough away for Sunseri to take second. Now 2 men in scoring position for Carter Young.
Yeah, Sunseri, not even a thought for the catcher there. But only about 5 feet away from home plate. Not quite the same amount of foul ground, backstop territory that we see at Herman Brothers Field.
3 balls and a strike now on Young. Heart of the order lurking, Vergara and Sorelli. Next up, 2 men in scoring position for Carter. 3-1. Swing and a miss. He went for the downs, didn't get it. Just trying to launch that ball into the playground area, well beyond the outfield fence.
Big cut.
Kaylin Haynes trying to rally and produce the second out of the inning here. Longest frame by far in this game. Started with a strikeout of Brandon Heidel. Very inauspicious. But the floodgates have opened here with a walk, a hit batter, and a single by Sunseri. 3-2 pitch to Young. Swung on and grounded down the first base line. That's a foul ball.
Well, that's the interesting thing about how summer baseball is played. You want to get guys opportunities. You want to have multiple 2, 3, 4, you know, even more than that, pitchers a game. But if a guy is rolling, if he's efficient, you're kind of put in a weird spot. You feel obligated to leave him in, but you also want to give another guy the opportunity. Might be what we're seeing here tonight. Both talented, of course, but the efficiency is gone.
3-2. Swing and a shot down the first base line. That's a foul ball. Wow. Young missed that extra base hit and putting the Miners in front by a foot or two.
Of course, have to thank our front office here, our GM, Pete Christopher, and his wife, Denise Christopher, for giving us this opportunity. They have a question, and now what inning is it officially? It is the 5th inning. We hope you're enjoying the game so far.
3-2. Swing and a ground ball out to second. That'll get the job done. Second baseman McCormick to his knees as Carter Young picks up the RBI. Jacob Steele scrambles home and ties the game at 2 here in the 5th.
As that's all you have to do there, Howie. It doesn't have to be a long ball. It doesn't have to be a base hit. You just need a ground ball to the right side or a fly ball deep enough. He chose the forward on that one, and
that's exactly right. As Vergara's the batter now, the pitch. Swung on and driven right to the first baseman, Ryan Matheson, who hardly had to move. Line out for Vergara, but a very productive inning for the Miners. They send 6 men to the plate. They score 2 times. We're off to the bottom of the 5th in a 2-2 game.
Across the plate on the scoreboard. Your Chugiak Chinhooks, 2. Tonight's game is brought to you by our good friends, our longtime friends and supporters of Chinook Baseball, the Chugiak Volunteer Fire and Rescue Department, serving this community since 1952.
Back here at Lee Jordan Field in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Miners just tied the game in the top half as Evan Wolf will continue for Matsu. Sun is back out here in Eagle River as Austin Young will be the batter. First pitch to him is swung on and skied down the right field line out of play.
Cozy Interiors, Alaska's interior store.
Such a pretty sight right now at 8:25 local time with the field bathed in sun. 0-1. That is a pretty breaker that drops right in for strike 2.
Absolute gorgeous day. I guess had to deal with the tough weather for 48 hours, and that was a sacrifice made for this beautiful evening.
0-2 pitch to Young. Ran a two-seam fastball in on him, but it missed high. It's another great setup for that off-speed pitch slider. 2 strikeouts so far for Wolf, trying to make it 3. 1-2. On the ground, out to short. Josh Pano charges, gloves, fires across for out number 1.
Routine enough there, and you just wonder at this point in the game, Howie, what if that ball had been a foot further to the left in the first inning, foul, instead of being a home run?
Yeah, well, in theory, you'd be looking at a shutout right now for the Miners and a 2-0 lead.
And really, I say that more, what if for Evan Wolf's sake? I mean, do we see him try to continue with a shutout?
Owen Loesch is up in the Miners' pen as Evan Wolf pumps over a strike to Alec Beeman, the shortstop for the Chinhooks. 0-1. Drops in, pretty pitch, called strike. I mean, he's working quickly. He's got the off-speed working. He's got the fastball lively. And he doesn't want anybody to take the ball from him at the moment. 0-2 pitch. Tapped foul.
Wow, just got a piece of that one. Really similar pitch there as the one before it, another curveball. That one a little bit further in on the hands. Finds a way.
Yeah, as you said, Beeman was lucky to get a piece of that thing. Still behind, 0-2. Pitch. Bounces up there. Chinhooks scored 2 runs in the first on a Jack Lawrence home run. Miners answered here in the top of the 5th. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Wicked slider by Evan Wolf as he sets down Alec Beeman for out number 2.
I mean, just the difference in pitches for Evan Wolf tonight. The fastball, probably about 10 miles an hour faster than that slider, maybe even more. And obviously the break is quite severe there.
Patty McCormick steps up with a bat that matches his uniform.
And his personality.
Blazing red. First pitch to him. He squares around to bunt, pulls it back, and a called strike. Strike after strike for Evan Wolf, who got McCormick to bounce into one of 2 double plays that he has induced thus far. 6-4-3 back in the 2nd inning. 0-1. This is outside. Scoreboard arches out over the left center field wall. Lee Jordan Field runs across the top in white lettering. 1-1. That stays high. Heidel points downward. Trying to tell Wolf to get that ball down.
This field.
2-1.
Also home to an American Legion team is, sorry how that one misses low there. Really just kind of in the middle of a sports complex. They call it the Loretta French Sports Complex.
3-1, swung on in line to short. Josh Pano with a bit of a leap and a 1-2-3 inning for Evan Wolf. We're through 5 complete at Lee Jordan Field in a 2-2 game as you listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube.
The score is tied at 2 apiece. Top of the 6th now. Tonight's game brought to you by the Chugiak Volunteer Fire and Rescue Department. When the moon is tucked away, it's hard to sleep, man. Everybody grab your red ticket if you have one in your hand. We're going to give away a gift card to Peter's Cafe in Eagle River. Here is your winning ticket number. It's a red ticket, 208015. 208015. If you've got 208015, you're on your way to Peter's Cafe, courtesy of the Chinhooks.
Back here in the top of the 6th inning at Lee Jordan Field, Sorelli, Rose, and Lancia due up for the Mat-Su Miners in a 2-2 baseball game as Kalen Haynes is back out for his 2nd inning of work. Surrendered the lead last inning for the Chinhooks. First pitch to Sorelli. This is downstairs. Sorelli with another walk tonight, has 5 of them on the season now. He's also skied out to center field. Big left-hander. Just a big left-handed batter, 1-0. Bounces up there, 2-0.
Yeah, excited to see the lefty on lefty here. Much different slot than Sorelli has seen so far really throughout the season.
And this is certainly a matchup of 2 Goliaths on the baseball field. As Haynes stands in at 6-7 and fires. Sorelli bangs that one foul down the first base line.
He's got a few feet on that mound, too, to make him appear even more imposing. Who do you think wins in an arm wrestle?
I think they would call that a bear wrestle. 2-1. Swung on, driven deep. Right field. Sorelli knows it's gone, and it is. Nick Sorelli mashes the first home run of the season for the Miners and puts them in front 3-2.
That ball was launched. A no-doubter. You know, hit so high in the air too, Howie, that it just kept going.
Yeah, that thing was a no-doubter. I don't care what kind of climate you're playing in. That thing is leaving the ballpark right over the in-star sign and out towards that ambulance over there. Sorelli knew it when he hit it and was right into his home run jog. 3-2 Miners here in the top of the 6th. Nathan Rose, the batter now. The pitch. Inside corner and a called strike.
And, you know, Sorelli kind of struggled in game 1, wasting no time now as we get into the season to really show off the bat. Loves this leadoff role, too. He had a leadoff double last night, a leadoff home run now.
0-1. Off the plate outside. Yeah, expect big things from Nick Sorelli. He is a get-on-base machine for the Miners. He was last year as well. On base 4 times last night, twice now today, 1-1. Down and away to Nathan Rose, the Miners' second baseman. And how about these Miners, Trey? Just able to battle back time and time again. They've now erased 4 deficits through 3 games.
Comeback kids. We saw 2 deficits last night. Game 1 and now tonight.
1-1. Off the plate outside.
And, you know, the thing about it, too, is, you know, the pitching almost picks up the hitting at times. You see pitching struggles, really sparse, inning to inning. But, you know, as the game goes on and in these comeback efforts, the pitchers have settled down. They haven't let it get worse in any of these games. And that has allowed the offense to get it going, and they have in each of these nights.
Yeah, certainly. We'll see if we see Owen Loesch in the bottom of the 6th for Mat-Su, as Evan Wolf has pitched 5 innings and qualified for the win now after that home run by Nick Sorelli. 2-1. Swung on right back towards us and off the netting foul.
I was a little concerned at first that it might not stay fair, but just hit it so true. Not even much spin on it for the home run.
2-2. Swing and a shot down the third baseline. That's a fair ball. That's going to get down in the corner. Nathan Rose is going to cut the bag and head for second. We'll see if he tries for 3. He makes a wide turn, but stops there. Back-to-back extra base hits for Mat-Su here in the 6th.
Yeah, that ball absolutely laced again there. Diving effort by the third baseman, Lawrence, but not enough as it rolls all the way to the corner. Looked like some struggles there in left field as well. Got him thinking about third base, but he'll take the double.
Yeah, Saunier had a little bit of trouble down the left field line. Miners third base coach Kyle Watson was holding up 2 fingers all the way. He knew it was a double. It was, as Steven Lancia will try to add on to now a 3-2 Miners lead, as there's more action down the left field line in the Chinhooks pin. Some guys begin to loosen. Lancia 1 for 2 with a strikeout. First pitch. Outside corner and a called strike.
Yeah, this strike zone a little bit more consistent tonight on that outer half. Really giving it to that curveball especially.
Yeah, Brad Polk doing a good job back there. A 1 to Lancia. Bounces up there, gets away. Rose is going to try for third. The throw down is going to be not in time as Paul Craddock spreads his wings. That was a gutsy attempt by Nathan Rose on a ball that skipped just away from Austin Young, but towards the third base bag. But the throw is not in time.
Yeah, Young almost just kind of forced it there. If he had thrown it to the inside of the fielder, easy out. But the fielder, third baseman Lawrence, has to kind of stab at it, backhanded, spins around, and tries to make the tag no good.
And again, that's what happens when you force the issue. Make the fielders make the plays. 1-1, swing and a miss. Lancia down on strikes, as once again, that was a 2-strike pitch with him up there. And now 2 outs here in the 6th.
Yeah, Lancia after the leadoff single, struggling a little bit here, but he does have the 3-game hitting streak going. Good to get that out of the way early.
It's now 7 strikeouts on the evening for Matt Sue. And if they want to add on, it's going to be up to Brandon Heidel, the Miners catcher.
Number 7, Brandon Heidel.
He was the first strikeout victim of Kalen Haynes back to lead off the 5th. Also struck out in the 2nd inning. First pitch. Down and away.
Yeah. Heidel really has looked great behind the plate so far and struggling a little bit tonight. Had a solid night at the plate last night. Let's see if he can bounce back here in the 6th. You just need a fly ball, Howie, a big insurance run if they can get it.
Yeah, infield in for the Chinhooks. Runner on third, 1 down. Pitch. Outside corner. And a pretty off-speed pitch that time by Kalen Haynes.
Another outside curveball. Loving that pitch. When he's hitting, it's typically been that. Kind of struggling with the fastball.
He's had better command of those off-speed pitches. As Heidel will try to play pepper with the infield and chase home Nathan Rose for a 4th run, 1-1. Bounces up there. That's going to get away from Austin Young. And scrambling home from third base will be Nathan Rose on the wild pitch that took him all the way around from second base. 4-2 Miners.
Yeah, tough break there for Haynes. Young as well as, don't know what you want to rule that one, Howie, but just kind of skips away. And you look at these last 2 innings now, all 4 runs given up by Haynes. Had some nice stuff, but the long ball, now a wild pitch.
Yeah, that one was spiked up there by Haynes. No chance for Young. 2-1 now to Heidel. Outside corner, just missed though. 3-1. Good game so far for the Miners. They were down 2-0 early on a 2-run bomb by Jack Lawrence. They battle back and now lead 4-2. 3-1 pitch to Heidel. Swung on and smacked into center field. That is going to get down for a hit. Indecisiveness that time by Justin Gretsch, who decided to play it on a hop. It's the 3rd Miners hit in the inning as the bats come alive here in the 6th.
Yeah, really getting on a roll now, and you love what the bottom of the lineup has been able to do for this Miners team. So many times, really over the last 2 nights, we've been waiting on the top of the lineup to deliver, but the back end has certainly got on base. And I think we're going to see Sincere Young, this top half now, get in order as well.
Yeah, Josh Pano, the batter, the 8th-hole hitter. He's reached base and scored once. That was last inning via walk. First pitch to him, swing and a miss. Fastball right on by that time for Haynes.
You got to wonder where the center fielder Grinch was playing on that ball, because had about 4 or 5 seconds of hang time there. It looked like he was indecisive, kind of took a half step.
Yeah, it was a sinking liner. He couldn't make up his mind, and by the time he did, the ball was dropped down in front of him. 1-0. Big swing and a miss. That one gets away as well. Heidel will take second and stop there.
Yeah, really taking advantage when they can here, and a nice swing there to protect the runner.
Yeah, Kaylin Haynes has been very wild here. It's cost him multiple bases now. Heidel in scoring position. He is ahead of Josh Payno, 0-2. Five hits for the Miners in the contest. 3 for the Chinhooks. 0-2 on Payno, who'll try to shorten up and bring home Heidel. Pitch from Haynes. Inside corner, strike 3 called.
And we saw 4 errors by the 5th inning last night, none tonight by either team. As another strikeout there.
Yeah, it's a lot cleaner baseball for the most part tonight. And by no means does that mean the game wasn't fun last night. It was a blast until it got banged after the 9th inning. But just a different feel. This one has felt much cleaner. There has been 6 runs. Haynes has been wild. Steal the batter now. Man on second, 2 outs. Offering to Jacob won't be made.
Steele was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. On the foot.
Came around to score on the ground out by Carter Young, who was credited with an RBI. First pitch to him. Bounces up there again. This time a good block by Austin Young, who was able to flip his glove over and keep it in front. Heidel having a chat out at the second base bag with Patty McCormick. It's always fun to see 2 guys having fun. It's a game after all. 1-0 to Steele. Here's a strike.
It is a game. And, you know, in this setting especially, I mean, this is what summer baseball is about. You play with so many of these guys, play against them maybe in the college regular season. You get up here, it's so much more relaxed. You're swinging wood bats, especially in Alaska. The sun is out for the entirety of the game. It's supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to be fun.
1-1 pitch to Steele. Outside ball 2. Yeah, I'm sure McCormick's asking him how many mountains he's climbed, how many lakes he's fished on, as McCormick's now here for his 3rd season in the Alaska Baseball League. He's like, hey, man, catch up. There's a lot to do out here.
He has as good of a pitch for the league as anybody.
2-1 to Steele. Skips up there again. Another nice stop by Austin Young. Right-hander continues to work down the left field line for the Chinhooks. Long way away. Tough to get a read on the jersey number down there. But somebody should be up shortly on in relief of Kaylin Haynes. We'll see if that occurs in this inning or in the 7th.
Somebody's at third base, I thought, Howie. Maybe that was I don't know.
3-1. Called strike. Full now.
Howie did play the famous Who's on First for me today. It had been quite some time, so thank you for that, Howie. I had to get refreshed.
No problem. Got to make sure you know your positions out here on the play-by-play. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded down the third base line. Kyle Watson does his best dance move to dart out of the way of that one. As he gives the signs to Brandon Heidel, who's on the second base bag. Not too many signs to give at the moment. It's a run when he hits it. There's 2 outs. (3-2). Swung on and shot to third. Nice grab by Jack Lawrence, who fires a strike to first to retire the side, but not before Nick Sorelli and company give the Miners a 2-run lead. A big blast by the Miners' first baseman. We're off to the bottom of the 6th in a 4-2 game. Miners advantage.
On the plate, on the mound, I should say, for the Miners, Lowen Loesch, number 26.
Back here at Lee Jordan Field in the bottom of the 6th inning, Miners lead it 4-2. And a new pitcher to tell you about, it's Owen Loesch on in relief for Evan Wolf, who was excellent for Matt Sue in his starting role. He's in line for the win. 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. A walk and 3 strikeouts for Evan Wolf, who gives way to the left-hander, Owen Loesch, 6'2", 205-pound lefty out of the University of New Mexico.
Owen originally from Graham, Texas. Commanded an 8.75 ERA this past year, 23 innings, 19 strikeouts in his college season. Set to take over here in the bottom of the 6th.
21-year-old left-hander has also spent some time at Seminole State College in Seminole, Oklahoma. In 2021, where he sported a 4.32 ERA over 25 innings of work. Junior from Graham, Texas, as Paul Craddock maybe had to have a bathroom break or something, but he's back out there at first. That is the momentary delay that you are witnessing here in the bottom of the 6th. But it looks like we're set to go. It's Loesch and Saunier here to lead us off. Left fielder bounced out to second his first time up. The pitch just missed. It's a good try by Loesch with a fastball that he tried to paint on the outside corner.
Yeah, good for Loesch here to get a face at the bottom of the lineup to start it out. He'll go 9-1-2.
1-0 to Saunier. Swing and a shot down the left field line. That is well foul.
Sponsored by Representative Ken McCarty, serving you so you can best serve too.
And it's sponsored again. Very interesting. Don't think I've ever seen that. Foul balls that are sponsored. 0-1, squares to bunt. He lays it down. Loesch pounces on it, gloves it, fires to first in time. Good play by Owen Loesch off the mound, fielding his position well.
What a clean play there by Loesch. Really came off, took a breath, didn't hesitate, spun around, and threw a strike down to Surelli.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad bunt attempt by Saunier, who has wheels,
Now batting,
but Loesch wasn't fooled.
Number 21, Justin Greach.
As we're back to the top of the lineup for the 3rd time, and Justin Gretsch. Strikeout and a flyout for the Chinhooks center fielder.
I don't know if I'd want my sponsorship to be with a foul ball.
First pitch, skips up there.
Maybe a fair one.
Yeah, Trey, if they start sponsoring fair balls, I think we might have a problem. Just when the guys rounding the bags, just yelling out the sponsor.
Sponsor for the base.
1-0 from Loesch. Cut on, missed. Good pitch that time on Justin Gretsch. Loesch is not a stranger to summer baseball. In 2020, he spent some time in the Sunflower Collegiate League, which is based in South Central Kansas with the Hayesville Aviators. 0-2 downstairs.
Yeah, Loesch. From Texas. A lot of Texans on this roster.
Pitch coming to Gretsch. Outside, now 3 balls on Justin. Miners 4, Chinhooks 2, bottom of the 6th inning. 1 man out. We thank you for joining Trey and I as you listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube. 3-1. Upstairs, ball 4.
You wonder how the sun is going to start to affect this game. Typically, that's the first 3 innings of a regular baseball game. But hey, we're in Alaska, so the sun is just beginning to set. Might be right at its peak in the 9th inning.
Yeah, there are some shadows starting to arch towards the 3rd base line. Haven't made it there quite yet. So at the moment, the entire playing surface is covered in the bright Alaskan sunshine, as Will Kelly is the batter. Left on left. Pitch from Loesch. Skips up there, and a good stop by Heidel. Lefty stares in. Sets at the belt. Checks the runner, now throws over. That was a nifty pickoff move. Stepped off the mound with his back foot and sidearm threw it to Sorelli. Gretsch back in with a dive. Pitch to Kelly. That one missed. Almost caught the plate, but Kelly missed his target, and Heidel had to reach back across his body and call the ball by home plate umpire Brad Polk.
Temperature up to 66 degrees now. Might get even better as we go through it.
2-0 on Kelly, and instead to first. Same pickoff move, step off the back of the mound and just fired over there with his left arm. What's so interesting about it, it's like he's not even taking the rest of his body towards the base, just all arm for Owen Loesch on that pickoff move. 2-0 to Kelly. Heidel set up on the outside corner. Pitch. Tapped to the right side of the infield. Nathan Rose gathers and makes the one play that he had, which is to first base. Gretsch down to second on the ground out. 2 down now in the inning.
Yeah, that ball just hit so slowly. It was going to be hard for him to even consider two. Thought it might become a challenging play to get the hitter at the first base bag, but does a nice job. Really kept his composure. I haven't seen any instances of panic on this team at all through the first 2.5 games.
Yeah, Rose had no problem handling that. Very clean baseball being played by the Miners at the moment. No errors on either side at this point, and a 4-2 lead for the Miners, who wear their traveling green uniforms with the gray pants. Miners in yellow across the chest, and the pitch to Matheson, which stays high for ball one. Matheson lined out to right field in the first, singled in the fourth.
Do you have a favorite now, Howie, uniform-wise?
I don't know. We haven't seen them all. I'm really excited for the red, white, and blue, which, of course, we'll sport on July 4th when we are down in Kenai for that road trip. 1-0 to Matheson. But I think that the green uniforms that they're wearing right now are very sharp with the Miners in gold.
Yeah. Good-looking uni. I think early candidate for me, I'm going to go white to this point in the year. The opening day uniforms.
Yeah, I don't think they have a bad set, really. 1-1 on its way to Matheson. Swung on and grounded out to Rose, who ranges to his left, bobbles, gathers, throws in time.
What a play. Wow, almost lost it there. Finds a way for out number 3.
Yeah, Rose almost lost the handle on that baseball, but was able to recover. Another 4-3 put out, and this one gets us through the 6th inning. We're off to the 7th. Miners 4, Chinhooks 2, as you listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube.
Your Chinhooks 2. Tonight's game brought to you by the Chugiak Volunteer Fire Department, where they invite you to stop by and meet some of their dedicated volunteers. They are a sponsor of tonight's game. And this Chinook call to the bullpen brought to you by your Alaskan-owned Napa Auto Parts. That is number 16, Zach Philos of the Masters University.
Crunching on a pork rind she pulled up. She had to be thankful.
Back in the top of the 7th inning, Miners lead the Chinhooks 4-2. New pitcher, it's Zach Philos, who attends the Masters University, originally from Murrieta, California. Takes over for Kalen Haynes, who has surrendered all 4 runs that the Chinhooks have given up to this point. And here to take you home, it's Trey Yanity.
Let's do it. Innings numbers 7 through 9 coming up for you here, as this is Miners Baseball on YouTube. It's going to be Casey Sinceri back to the top of the lineup. We reset for these final 3 innings. Zach Philos, as you said, on the mound for the Chinhooks. We'll see how long he gets here, but at least starting out the 7th. Sinceri coming up for his 4th at bat of the night. From the windup, the first pitch. Swung on, chopped out to short. It's going to be Alex Beeman with it on to first in time for out number 1. A quick out of Sinceri will bring up Carter Young. 1 away, nobody on.
Yeah, Philos had an excellent year this go-around at the Masters University. Trey, how about this stat? 12 of the 16 games he started, he went at least 6 innings.
Man, how about that name? The Masters University. I love it.
Yeah, the Chinhooks are sporting, I think, 4 players from there. University in Santa Clarita, California.
The first pitch to Young is going to be taken for a called strike. A fastball in there. Correct me if I'm wrong, Howie, but I think 4 is the limit for the league.
Yeah, that's exactly right. A rule implemented by most of the collegiate leagues.
0-1. Big hack and a miss by Young. It'll be 0-2.
And for a good reason. As much as Trey and I would like for the Miners to stack their entire team with University of Alabama baseball players, that's not really a reasonable thing to do.
The 0-2 swung on, softly hit back to the pitcher. Philos struggles with it, picks it up, underhands onto the first base bag, and that will be enough for out number 2.
Some of the other numbers for Philos this year: he sported a 3.58 ERA, pitched 93 innings. Heavy workload for Zach, of course, with those deep starts, and surrendered 43 runs, 22 walks, 61 strikeouts for Philos. An excellent year for the Mustangs.
And an excellent start here in the 7th. 2 up, 2 down. It'll bring up Alex Vergara, the first pitch, right down the middle. A called strike on the fastball. Nick Sorelli on deck, the home run man, back in the 5th inning. An 0-1 count to Alex Vergara, the pitch. Swung on, fouled right into the cage in front of us here, Howie. We would be collecting the foul balls at this point if the cage was not there to prevent them.
Yeah, that one would have went straight into the booth and probably hammered our camera, which would have been not great.
Well, we brought 1 camera. We need it. As that one is going to miss away. Knocks off the glove of the catcher, Austin Young. It'll be a ball.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've seen that. A pitcher delivers a fastball, and it's actually enough to knock the glove off of Austin Young. Probably caught him on the end and removed it.
Some heat on that one. Now the 1-2. He's going to lay off that one. A fastball in the dirt. Tries to go away there again. Ends up in the left-handed batter's box. 2-2 the count.
What another fun contest, Trey. All we need now is for it to finish like a normal baseball game should. No more suspensions, no more washouts.
I'm right there with you. The 2-2. Curveball misses away. Now 3-2. He's going to run him full here. Quick work in this inning so far by Zach Philos. 1 pitch, 1 out, and then a quick second out. But now a battle here between Alex Vergara and the pitcher Philos. The 3-2. Swung on, hit out to third. This is going to be fielded by Jack Lawrence. Long throw across the infield is in time, and that is out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Zach Philos. We will head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Miners lead it 4-2. This is Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube.
The Chugiak Volunteer Fire Department. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is a time-honored tradition here. It's a 7-inning stretch. We have with us new Chinook. His name is Landon Cody. He is going to lead you in singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Landon.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Now let's root for the Chinhooks. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Best one of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's been the only one of the year so far. Landon Cody singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And of course, that is brought to you by Lance and Nanny at Les Bailey Associates Team.
Well, you heard it there, folks. The 7th inning stretch, sung by Landon Cody, the PA announcer here at Lee Jordan Field. An excellent job there next door. As we get set for the bottom of the 7th inning, Owen Loesch will continue in his work.
That was an excellent job there by the guy keeping score next door. It's his first day on the job, and they said, hey, not only are you keeping score, you're singing the 7th inning stretch. It's a Chinook tradition, apparently we're told. Either way, he fell for it, so.
It's part of the qualifications. You have to be able to sing if you want to keep score here at Lee Jordan. As curveball is going to miss away to start out the bottom of the 7th inning. Jack Lawrence, the third baseman. We'll see another one away now, 2-0 the count.
Jack Lawrence, the only Chinook to deliver the goods thus far. 2-run home run that was inside the foul pole down the left field line. The only Mar on the lines of Wolf and Loesch thus far.
2-0 skips in the dirt away, now 3-0 the count. And you just feel so bad for the starter, Evan Wolf. What a great effort tonight. Just one pitch that was borderline a home run. As 3-0 is going to become 4-0. Ball misses low. It's a 4-pitch walk. And a leadoff base runner here for the Chinhooks.
That's not what you want in a 2-run game in the 7th.
Leadoff walks come back to bite you. That's what they say, Howie.
Coming to the plate for your Chinhooks. Give it up for number 9, Maddox Ryan.
Maddox Ryan has had rotten luck thus far. Struck out in the first, bounced into a double play in the 4th.
Maddox Ryan, the designated hitter now. Runner on first base and nobody out. The pitch. Thought about it. Not going to matter. It's a called strike. As this one skips away from Loesch a bit. He'll recover. Yeah, Maddox certainly had his struggles in this game.
Shadow continuing to creep its way closer to the third base line. Still have a lot of time for it. Would affect the batters.
This one swung on, rolled to the right side. Long run for Rose. He dives and makes the play. Weak throw onto first is in time. Nathan Rose. 2 jaw-dropping plays at second base tonight and a big out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, what a play that time by Nathan Rose. I thought he had no chance. Looked like it was through the hole for sure. He laid all out and was able to somehow get enough muster on the throw to Sorelli to rob Maddox Ryan of a single.
I mean, just the distance he had to cover to get to that baseball, the full extension dive, and throwing from his bottom makes the play. 1 out runner on second now. Austin Young, the catcher. The first pitch, curveball, called strike.
What a play by Nathan Rose.
Bang, bang there, too. I mean, Sorelli's length may have been the difference on the stretch.
Yeah, good stretch that time by the Miners' first baseman.
Expect the runner at second, now set to deliver the 0-1. Check swing, called strike. It's 0-2.
Daniel Frake doing some stretching down the first base line. He might come in for the 8th inning. We'll see if Loesch continues. Cole Townsend is also available to try to come on for the save in the 9th for Matsu.
Owen Loesch from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled down the right field line. That one will be a souvenir. We'll do the 0-2 again. Love what we saw out of Daniel Frake on opening night. Got in there before the rain delay. Probably not a chance to keep going.
Yeah, he was excellent for the Miners, and he was the man on the hill when that game was suspended indefinitely. As the Miners take the victory, they were ahead through 5 innings of play.
Loesch is going to step off. No throw to second, but takes a few steps towards the bag. Collects himself. Now from the stretch, the 0-2 again. Runner goes for third. Throw down. In time, the tag is as well. Brandon Heidel. Another laser beam. Another man gunned down. And a massive second out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, the Chinhooks fans don't like it, but that was another cannon by Brandon Heidel, who's now caught 2 men trying to steal in 3 games. He was 18 for 40 on those this year in college. Just an incredible arm from Brandon Heidel behind the plate.
No hesitation, and was so calm about it, too. Now the 0-2 again. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Owen Loesch allows a leadoff walk and comes back to retire the side with some amazing defense behind him. Your score is 4-2. The Miners lead the Chinhooks. As we go to the top of the 8th, this is Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by YouTube.
As we head to the top of the 8th inning, the score, the Miners 4, your Chinhooks 2. Tonight's game brought to you by the Chugiak Volunteer Fire Department. Hey, it is time. Let's do it to split the pot. You're buying for $332 if you bought a split the pot ticket, the blue ticket. Here's your winning ticket number for $332. 2432177. 2432177. If you've got a blue ticket and split the pot, you've got $332. 2432177.
Top of the 8th now at Lee Jordan Field. The Miners lead the Chinhooks 4-2 as they look for their second win of the season in their 3rd game of the year. Nick Sorelli last night was a big part in getting them tied up at 5. He is mining for gold, and I think he found it here, Howie.
Yeah, he certainly did. Nick Sorelli is our Who's Striking Gold feature presented by the Alaska Mining and Diving Company, and Nick Sorelli is certainly striking gold. Last night he reached base 4 times, had a double, scored a run, and tonight he blasted a home run over the right center field wall his last time up to put the Miners in front. They've extended that lead. It's now 4-2. Nick Sorelli, our Who's Striking Gold feature.
As you said, Howie, a monster home run for Sorelli earlier in this game. He'll step up and try to do it again as the first pitch is going to be a ball. It misses away. Zach Philos dominating in the 7th inning. He returns to face Sorelli. 1-0 the count, the pitch. Check swing. He's going to lay off of it, and that's a ball. 2-0 now the count.
Yeah. They tried to check the swing, but Paul Craddock's down the first base line. He's like, I don't know. I don't have a good look at that with the lefty up.
2-man umpire crew here. Makes it tough on him. The 2-0 is going to miss inside now. 3-0. Sorelli already a walk in this game to go along with his home run. Trying to do so again now, way up in this count. The 3-0. Going to put it on his shoulder. He's going to take a strike. Now 3-1. Hitters count again here for Sorelli. The 3-1. Swung on, popped up. Left side. It's going to stay in fair territory, but kind of awkward distance here. The third baseman, Lawrence, back on it. And he is going to make the catch for out number 1. A long run there. About 10 feet into the outfield. About a foot off the line. He makes the play. And now 1 gone for the 5-hole hitter, Nathan Rose.
Coming to the plate for the Miners, number 16, Nathan Rose.
The Miners need just 6 outs to get a win here tonight. Would love to add some more in the 8th. The first pitch to Rose, swung on, grounded to the right side, right at the first base bag. Ryan Matheson with it. He fields and steps on it, and now 2 away. That one 3 unassisted. It'll send us to the 6th hole, and Steven Lancia, base hit to lead it off tonight, followed up by a couple of strikeouts. Let's see if he can bookend it the right way. The first pitch, swing and a miss on the fastball.
Zach Philos is dealing as advertised. Mentioned those great numbers from the Masters University. 5 up, 5 down for Philos, trying to make quick work of Lancia.
This one swung on, softly lined into right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit over the head of the second baseman, Patty McCormick. And a 2-out base runner here for the Miners. That'll bring up Brandon Heidel.
Yeah, Lancia said, take your numbers and statistics and shove it, as he's the first batter to reach on Philos.
Philos really dominating so far, but he has to get through Heidel before his team can come to bat here in the 8th. Heidel, one of the many heroes in that bottom of the 7th with the throw out at third base. Trying to do it here on the offensive side as well. Got a runner on and 2 outs from the stretch. The pitch swung on, grounded to third. Lawrence fields it, throws to second for the easy out. And that will do it for the Miners here in the top of the 8th inning. They lead it 4-2. Don't go anywhere. This is Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by YouTube.
The Miners 4, your Chinhooks 2. Tonight's game brought to you by the Chugiak Volunteer Fire Department. They've been in existence since 1952, serving this community. Hey, we got one more big red ticket giveaway. This ticket, incidentally, was chosen by everyone's favorite Chinook, number 35, Harrison Clifton. Everybody, the team's wondering about that too. Yeah, here's your winning ticket number, picked exclusively by Harrison Clifton. 208007. 208007. You've got an exclusive 2022 Chinook t-shirt. 208007. That's your ticket for a Chinook t-shirt, which you can redeem at the Chinook Shack. And our thanks to everyone's favorite Chinook, Harrison Clifton, for picking that winning ticket number.
Six outs to go for the Miners to pick up their 2nd win of the season, their first game here on the road tonight at Lee Jordan Field. The Chugiak Chinhooks and the Matsu Miners. It is time for the bottom of the 8th inning. Owen Loesch remains on the mound here. His 3rd inning of work now for the Miners this evening. He will try to protect this 4-2 lead. First pitch is going to be a ball. That one misses just high. Alex Beeman, the shortstop, is going to take ball 2. That one in the dirt. Getting to see this lefty on righty matchup now for Loesch.
Sun has disappeared behind the clouds and or the mountains. Can't see it from our vantage point, but the field is bathed in the shadows again.
Is that 2-0 is going to be a called strike? Caught the outside corner there. Nice pitch. 2-1.
What great work by the Miners staff thus far. As Wolf went 5, Loesch trying to go 3 complete, and then we might see Cole Townsend make an appearance for his first save.
This pitch is swung on, chopped to the left side. Steele runs in on it. He's going to have to throw on the run, and he's going to make a bullet of a throw over to first for out number 1.
Fans grumble once again, but an excellent play by Jacob Steele to nab Beeman by half a step. But yeah, one excellent job by the pitching staff, and one of the interesting scoring quirks of this game, the Chinhooks have 3 hits. They've walked 3 times. They've only left 1 man on base. Of course, the 2-run homer, but a couple of double plays and a caught stealing has erased a lot of Chinhooks off the paths.
As we get the chance to see Patty McCormick step in. The second baseman is going to take a ball to start. But a very interesting stat there, Howie. You only strand 1. You expect to be up. Instead, a 2-run deficit. That's ball 2. Curveball misses high there. Or maybe that means you didn't get any at all.
Right, or maybe you had no men on base. But that's not been the case for the Chinhooks. They haven't had a ton of base runners, but as I mentioned, 6 of them thus far.
That one, not too competitive. It misses high again. Now 3-0 the count.
So in theory, they would have 5 runs, but it's not to be with the double plays, the caught stealing.
2 big double plays in this game as the 3-0 is going to miss away. Now a 4-pitch walk and a runner on first base. We saw a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 away now. And the walk issued by Loesch. Let's see if we can get one of those patented double plays.
Coming to the plate for the Chinhooks, number 10.
That's not what you want to do in a 2-run game, as once again the tying run steps in. On a night where the ball is flying, Trey, we've seen our first 2 home runs of the 2022 Alaska Baseball League season here tonight at Lee Jordan Field.
The first pitch is going to hit him. Alexander Sautier, the 9-hole hitter, is going to take a soft curveball off the elbow, and that will put runners on first and second. 5 pitches, none of them strikes, and it creates 2 base runners here for the Chinhooks in the bottom of the 8th.
Thought that might draw a visit by James Dillard, and right on
How
cue,
about
here
that,
he comes.
Howie? Read his mind. You say it, and it comes out on the field. As this will be a meeting, Heidel will head out there as well.
Interested to see how LeBrun and company play this here, as Loesch has ran into a bit of trouble, and it looks like they have shown their hand as Colthausen starts to soft toss. You also see Daniel Frake down there sort of waiting in the wings. Of course, in an ideal scenario, LeBrun and his staff would like Loesch to get through this inning, and then you start Towson in a clean 9th. But if he's unable to have a rally here, you're going to have to put somebody in, and the question would be whether it would be Towson to come on for a lengthy save opportunity or Daniel Frake.
Going to be interesting to see what they do here. Could see that 5-out save, 4-out save potentially.
How about a ground ball double play right here for Loesch?
That would be very big for this Miners team as they try to protect a 2-run lead. 1 out, runners on first and second. It's going to be the leadoff hitter, Justin Grinch. He squares around a bunt. He's going to pull it back as that curveball ends up in the dirt again. Now 6 consecutive balls from Loesch and a 1-0 count. Looking back, the runner at second, now the 1-0. Squares again. He's going to pull it back again, and a fastball that time is going to miss away. 2-0.
2 very fast runners in McCormick and Saunier. Touched on Saunier's stolen base prowess earlier in the broadcast.
Loesch in dangerous waters here. The 2-0. Swung on, hit right back to him. He's going to throw to the second base bag. The shortstop Pano on to first. High throw in time. And a massive double play here will get the Miners out of the 8th inning. They lead it 4-2. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by YouTube.
Tomorrow night, The Chinhooks will head to the Matsu Valley to face the Miners once again at 7 o'clock. Then they're back here Friday night, where they take on the Anchorage Glacier Pilots starting at 7 p.m. We hope you'll tell your friends, bring your family members, and come out to a free game of Alaska Baseball League baseball. We're at the top of the ninth inning, batting for the Miners, number 12, Josh Pano.
This is Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube. Time now for the ninth inning. As the hero there, turning the double play in the middle of it, at least Josh Pano will step up to bat. As we get the chance to see Zach Phylos continue to work in this game. Hey, Howie, the Alaska Highway Safety Office reminds you that when you speed, when it increases on the road, so does the chance for a crash. Don't put your schedule ahead of everybody else's safety, as that pitch is going to be taken for a called strike. Now 0-2, you don't want to do that, Howie. You want to take the control instead. Choose not to speed. Stop speeding before it stops you. This message brought to you by the Highway Safety Patrol Office. As the 0-2 now from Phylos. Is a ball in the dirt. 1-2 the count. Fun to watch a pitcher like this. You see a guy just work quickly, efficiently, and really locate the way that Phylos has.
Yeah, he's known for this.
That one's just going to miss. Looked like it maybe was a bit outside there. 2-2 now the count on Pano.
Of course, at the Masters University right now, but he's made stops at Riverside City College and Corbin University as well.
That one is roped to the right side. In the air, long run. And a late one by Will Kelly, but enough to record the out there on Pano. Well hit. Had some carry on it, as it took Kelly about 10 feet from the warning track, but he makes the catch. It's out number one.
And for Phylos at Corbin University, started 14 games there, through 81 2/3 innings, and 2 complete game shutouts, 53 strikeouts, 17 walks. Just good numbers everywhere you look on Phylos, who is garnering a great track record at the collegiate level.
And he gets to face Jacob Steele, the 9-hole hitter. Swings at the first pitch, hits it to the right side. Patty McCormick with it. Throw on to first. And that is out number 2. Phylos working very quickly here. We've seen him retire the first 2 batters pretty quickly these last few innings and then kind of struggle with this third guy. We'll see if that's the case here. It'll be the top of the lineup, Casey Sincere.
Yeah, not too many problems for Phylos, who's set down 7 of the 8 men he's seen thus far. Honestly, a little bit surprised that he didn't start this game, just perusing through the numbers of all the Chinhooks.
First pitch to Sincere, a curveball misses away, blocked up by Austin Young.
Hard to complain about the start that they got out of Argo Menez, who went 3 innings of shutout baseball, struck out 3.
Now the 1-0 from the windup. It is going to be a called strike. Fastball on the inner half. Even it up at 1-1 on Sincere. As we take a look at the lineup for our schedule these next few days, as a 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. Kids Day tomorrow. Come out to the ballpark. You don't have to pay a dime. It's going to be free for everybody. As I think we have some promotionals tied to that as well.
Yeah, presented by Matanuska Electric Association. Kids Day. It's going to be a ton of fun. Everyone in for free. And we'll be in Anchorage on Friday night to face the Bucks.
1-2, misses away. Now 2-2.
Of course, you can catch both of those games, all of our games, on YouTube, where you're watching Matsu Miners baseball right now. First off day of the season Saturday, and then right back here at Lee Jordan Field to face the Chinhooks on Sunday.
2-2, swung on, chopped right back to the pitcher. Philos is going to jog on over to first. Underhanded toss. It is out, number 3. One more chance for the Chinhooks to tie up this game. In the 9th, the Miners try to defend a 4-2 lead. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Matsu Miners baseball on YouTube.
Volunteer fire department. Still a great night. Base ahead. 9:28, 64 degrees. On the mound for the Miners.
3 outs to go in this game. If the Miners want to win tonight, they lead at 4-2. Time now for the bottom of the 9th. Colt Towson in to pitch for Matsu.
Yeah, he takes over for Owen Loesch, who did an excellent job in this one. Trey, 3 innings for Owen. No hits, no runs, walked 3, hit a batter, struck out 1, but most importantly, held the Chinhooks right where they were at 2, and Colt Towson is on with his first save opportunity of the year, product of Wharton County Junior College, originally from Tomball, Texas.
William Kelly.
It'll be Will Kelly, the 2-hole hitter, to lead it off here for the Chinhooks. In the 9th, they had a 2-run home run in the first inning. They have been kept off the board since then. Just 2 hits for the home squad. They're going to try to keep it going. Colt Towson going to try to shut it down here. From the windup, the first pitch. He's going to miss just a bit away. Fastball there.
Trey, we're 3 outs away. Don't want to jinx it, but this might be our first normal game of the year.
Don't say that quite yet, Howie. That one's going to miss low. Now 2-0 the count. I mean, we've been here for just over a week now, and we've already jinxed way too many things for all that conversation, but I like how you're thinking. The 2-0. He's going to miss low now. 3-0 the count. Turned into a wonderful evening here. Always was, but now the sun tucked behind the mountains, some shade on the field, and a 3-0 pitch. It'll be called strike 1. Works back with the fastball there. Hitters count now for the 2-hole hitter, Kelly. Swings at this one, chops it to the right side. Sorelli on a weird hop, fields it low, and steps on the bag. 1 away, 2 to go for the Miners here in the 9th.
Towson, a great kid to talk to. Always with a big smile on his face. And happy to chat about Miners baseball.
Ryan Matheson.
Stands 6 foot tall, 215 pounds. The 19-year-old who's getting ready to celebrate a birthday in 4 days.
And Matheson set for the first pitch. He's going to take it, and he is going to take a strike, a curveball. Landing on that outside corner, 0-1 the count.
Yeah, trying to develop that curveball this summer is Towson.
From the windup again here, the pitch. Another curveball and another beautiful one. Drops in there. Might have gotten a piece of it, but into the catcher's mitt. It is 0-2.
Fastball sits 88 to 91. He also sports a changeup, and he has all of that arsenal in play here against Matheson, who has no idea what's coming.
0-2. Swing and a miss. And the Miners are 1 out away for their first 9-inning victory of the season.
That was an excellent sequence by Towson, who had Matheson guessing all the way. Two pretty curveballs, and then just blew the fastball right on by, up and in. No chance for Matheson there.
Towson locked in now. He will get set to face Jack Lawrence, the home run hitter in this game. The first pitch. Thought about it, lays off. It's a curveball that misses away now. 1-0.
Yeah, the Chinhooks offense has been completely shut down since Jack Lawrence went into launch mode back in the first inning.
1-0 on the way. Swings at this one, grounds it to short. Pano with it. Throw on to first. In time, and the Miners win. They will now advance to 2-0 on the season. 2 runs scored in the first inning by the Chinhooks. And that would be the story here tonight as the Miners come back yet again in this game. They score 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. A Sorelli long ball, the highlight of all the offense. Some spectacular defense. And Howie, another Miners win to start off the season.
Yeah, very clean game played by the Matsu Miners from start to finish. No errors. Sorelli with a home run that turned out to be the difference. They came from behind again, and another excellent win for the Matsu Miners.
High five lines here. For the first time this season, we are officially completed with our first full 9-inning game of the season. Great efforts all the way around tonight. The Miners, for the first time on the road this year, have picked up a victory in their first road game and spoil the fun for the Chinhooks on opening day 2022. Like Howie said, we will be back at home tomorrow. Going to be Kids Day for that one. And then into the weekend, we'll travel down to Anchorage to take on the Bucks. And Sunday, we'll be right back here in Chugiak for game number 2 between the Chinhooks and the Miners. Howie, your player of the game tonight, a lot of different guys you can turn to, a lot of different moments, but who are you thinking had the best of them?
I think I'm going to take the cheap way out once again, Trey, and take Nick Sorelli. How can you not after that majestic home run launched over the right center field wall? And, of course, the difference in the game it was for Nick Sorelli, who got on base another time with a base on balls. Nick Sorelli it is for me. How about you?
I love it. I think he's certainly deserving. I'm going to go with some defense here. Nathan Rose, 2 outstanding plays. Sliding stops, diving stops, difficult throws. Made them all tonight. He's going to be my player of the game. But overall, Howie, you really feel comfortable about the pitching staff, about where they've gone, and how the team looks after this overall.
Yeah, an excellent game for the Miners. Final line score here. The visitors score 4 times, 6 hits, no errors, 5 men left on base for Matsu. The Chinhooks score 2 times on 3 hits. They leave 2 on base. Evan Wolf, the pitcher of decision for the Miners, he picks up his first win of the season. Kalen Haynes takes the loss for the Chinhooks. Cole Towson picks up his first save of the year. Game time, 2 hours and 28 minutes from Lee Jordan Field.
A quick one tonight, Howie. Thank you for running down the numbers there for us one more time. And one more time, guys, you can join us tomorrow night at 7 p.m. It'll be the Matsu Miners returning home, and they will take on these very Chinhooks. For Howie Boxley, my name is Trey Yanity. The Miners pick up their first road win of the season. Win number 2 on the year. They advance to 2-0. We will see you tomorrow night. Thank you for joining our show. Presented to you by YouTube. Have a great night, everybody. The Miners win.